Okay, continue natin yung scenario 2 in which price is independent of demand. So, continuation to dun sa part 5 ng lecture 3 natin para sa cost concepts and design economics sa course na engineering economics. So, when the price per unit P for a product or service can be represented more simply as being independent of demand versus being a linear function of demand and is greater than the variable cost per unit, a single break-even point results. Then, under the assumption that demand is immediately met, total revenue is equal to yung simple lang na equation na P times D. Yung scenario 1 natin, kung naaalala pa na yung price or yung demand, depende kung magkano or yung price ng product mo or service. So dito sa pangalawang scenario, yung price mo naman is independent of demand. So hindi nakadepende kung ano yung price natin per unit dun sa demand. Marami pa siyang variables or factors na tinitingnan, hindi lang yung demand. Check natin dun sa graph natin, no? So yung fixed cost ganun pa rin. Constant siya all throughout kung gaano man karami yung volume ng demand. And then magbabago ulit kung ano yung total cost, depende dun sa variable cost. And then yung total revenue, so from 0 to at some point, no? And then makita natin meron ulit tayong break-even point. So after ng break-even point, kahit gaano pa karami yung ma-produce natin na additional na unit or volume, so profit na yun, no? Hindi kagaya last part na kapag na-reach natin yung at some point, so mawawala na yung demand, so wala ka nang makukuha doon profit. So dito sa scenario 2, pwedeng price is independent of demand. So sample problem, an engineering consulting firm measures its output in a standard service hour unit, which is a function of the personal grade levels in the professional staff. The variable cost, C sub V, is $62 per standard service hour. The charge out rate, or yung selling price P, is $85.56 per hour. The maximum output of the firm is 160,000 hours per year. And its fixed cost, C sub F, is $2,024,000 per year. Determine the following. So first ay yung break-even point in standard service hours and in percentage of total capacity. Next is yung the percentage reduction in the break-even point if fixed costs are reduced 10% and if variable cost per hour is reduced 10% and if the selling price per unit is increased by 10%. So solve natin. So kailangan natin yung break-even point in standard service and standard service hours and in percentage of total capacity. So yung number ng standard service hours tsaka yung percentage na, no? So in relation dun sa total capacity na 160,000 hours. Next ay yung percentage reduction in the break-even point or yung sensitivity na tinatawag if fixed costs are reduced 10%, if variable cost per hour is reduced 10%, and if the selling price per unit is increased by 10%. So check natin kung paano natin mapapababa yung break-even point kapag ba ni-reduce natin yung fixed cost, yung variable cost, tsaka kung itataas natin yung selling price per unit ng 10%. So, ang goal doon, kaya siya pinapababa para likely na less likely na magkaroon ng loss kapag nagkaroon ng market fluctuations, tsaka kapag yung selling price natin is constant or kapag nag-increase yung selling price, check natin kung ang mangyayari doon, profit na lang, no? Malaking profit yung makukuha, kaya pinapababa natin yung break-even point. So, solve natin yung unang kukunin ay yung break-even point in standard service hours. Kung naaalala pa kung ano yung break-even point, equal yung total revenue dun sa total cost or zero profit yon. So total revenue equal dun sa total cost, in which yung total revenue equal lang yan sa P times D natin dito. And then yung total cost, equal naman yan sa fixed cost, total fixed cost plus total variable cost. Then yung total variable cost equals sa variable cost per unit multiply sa demand or volume of production. Dito, yung variable natin dito is yung hours, service hours. So price, selling price is, din natin dito. So P is equal to 85.56 dollars per hour. Tapos yung D, yun yung hanapin natin para dun sa break-even point. And then yung fixed cost equals sa 2,024,000 dollars. And then yung para sa total variable cost, kunin natin yung variable cost per unit equals sa 62 dollars per standard service hour per hour. And then yung D, so yun yung unknown. So pwedeng ma-solve natin yung D dito. Or simplify natin to. So P times D is equal to CF plus C sub V times D. So para makuha yung D, so CF all over P minus CV. So kunin natin D is equal to, pwedeng sabihin natin na D prime based din sa graph kanina. So CF, so yun yung 2024 all over yung P, price per unit, ay 85.56 minus CV is 62. So therefore, D prime, plug natin 2024 over 85.56 minus 62. So store na lang natin, shifts for A. So 85,908.32. No, unit natin dito ay hours. Okay na tayo dun sa break-even point and standard service hours. Kunin natin yung percentage of total capacity. So percentage, so yung D prime na 85,908.32 over 160,000. So divide natin sa 160. So negative, so may mali dyan. So natin yung 8. 5 over 160. Yung sagot ay, so percentage, play na lang natin. So 100. So calc para makuha kung tama ba. Ay. So A over 160 times 100. Yan, wala yung value for A. So solve ulit natin. 2024 over 85.56 minus 62. A over 160 times 100. So 53.69%. Okay, next, yung percentage reduction in break-even point if fixed costs are reduced 10%. So if the fixed cost is reduced 10%, yung pangalawa, if variable cost is reduced at 10%, Ito yung variable cost na 62. And then yung selling price is increased by 10%. So solve natin. So check natin. Gawin na lang nating D1. So kapag minus 10%, so 0.9 na lang to. Yung CF over para mas simple. P. CV. So store lang natin yung mga values. Shift store, gawin na lang natin B para madali. Tapos 85.56, store lang natin ito sa C. Tapos yung CV na 62, store na lang natin sa B. So check natin kung ano yung C. 56, check natin kung ano yung mga values nila. C, D. B, 2024, C, 85.6, 62. So solve natin. So 0.9 B over C minus D. 277. So, kailangan natin in percentage. O, sige. 77,317.49. So, store natin sa E. E. Tapos yung D2. So, CF. P, kailangan ibabawasan naman natin yung variable cost per hour. So, 0.9 CV. So, B over C minus 0.9 D. 68 010 0.75. And then yung D3 equal naman sa CF. So, increase yung selling price. So, 1.1 P minus CV. So, B. Store muna natin to sa F shift store and then F. So, B over, okay. So, B over 1.1 C minus D. So, 6.3. So, count natin. 2024. Okay. May error tayo dito. So, B, C, D. 4.6, tsaka 62. So, yung E, check muna natin mga values. F. Okay. So, B over 1.1 C minus D. So, 6.3 021 0.55. Okay? So, check natin yung percentage nila. So, store natin ito sa so, na-clear yung variables ko lahat. So, solve natin ng mabilis. Ayan, may C minus D. Okay, so check natin. So X, 6031. So solve natin. So D over 160. So yung 160, store na lang din natin. 160,000, shift store Y. So D over Y. E over Y. Then F. Right. So E over Y. F over Y. Tsaka yung X over Y. Check natin, calc. Yung E, yun yung 77317. So check natin, percentage. So 48.32%. So 42.51%. At yung last, 39.39%. Or check natin in terms dun sa percentage reduction and break-even point. So, i-compare natin sila dito. So, yun yung B over original BC minus D. So, store natin to sa M. D over M or E over M. F over M. Tsaka yung X over M. So, para malaman natin yung reduction, so M minus, kumbaga yung difference nila, no? So, M minus F. M minus X. So, ito yung M, nakastore sa atin, E, F, tapos X. So, 10% para dito. Sa sunod ay 20.83%. Then yung last ay 26.64%. So therefore, kung i-compare natin dun sa fixed cost at saka sa variable cost, yung pwede nating babaan, mas sensitive yung break-even point dun sa pagbaba ng variable cost at highly sensitive naman siya dun sa pag-increase ng price per unit.